One of the greatest pieces of feedback I ever get from readers, they felt like they were there living the story with the characters. And they point out that a lot of literature, when they read that, doesn't do that for them. So I'm going to tell you how I do this, and I want you to know that I've never seen this piece of advice in any video or any book on writing that I ever read, no master class that I ever took. Were there other authors implementing this? Yeah, but I noticed that no one was ever talking about it. And I think that a lot of authors that do this, I think that they just presume that you know what they're doing, and not realizing authors are doing it, I believe, is a sign that they are a great writer, because when you recognize the tactic, it's not actually pulling you out of the story, it's pulling you into the story. So what I do is when a character enters a place for the first time, I make sure that the 5 senses are described. What is that character tasting, touching, smelling, seeing, and hearing? So I'm going to read a little bit from my novel, Alabama Irish, to use as an example. This scene takes place in Malibu, California, and the character Brian is sipping from his favorite cup of coffee. Our dining room wall is made mostly of glass, and it allows us to peer out across the balcony and coast. During the week, we wake up an hour earlier than we should, just so we can have breakfast and coffee together. There we watch the bumblebees and honeybees chase each other among the lilies. The air is always filled with the scent of ocean salt and flowers. Songs from seagulls echo in the ravines that lead up to our back door. Emerald green-backed hummingbirds fuss with the yellow-headed orioles over who gets to drink the nectar from the violet and sugar yellow perennials planted across the hillsides. They chatter and squawk and look behind them as they fly away. In the evenings, the swallows dart and dive in the air, their bodies and wings silhouetted against the sunsets over the crashing waves. Shannon and I go for walks and talks together on campus and at the beach. Those walks and talks have been great for us. We try to eat dinner on the balcony in the evenings and watch the tangerine sunset evolve into a star-filled sky. I gave you taste, which is coffee. We all know what coffee tastes like, and if we don't, we at least know what it smells like, and that can help with the taste. I definitely gave you visuals. I gave you the songs of the birds. I gave you the smell of sea salt and flowers. And if we don't know what it feels like to be at the ocean, I might say we like to go for walks on warm, sunny days with the wind at our backs. But what I did there is I used the 5 senses to describe what the characters were experiencing so that you could be right there in that story. In that instance, I put you in Malibu, California on the beach. If you have any questions or you have some thoughts that you would like to add, leave them in the comments.